I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. I'll ask for roll call, please. Tom Webster, Councillor Webster,
Present.
Councillor Humphreys,
Present.
Councillor Carew,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Campbell,
Present.
and I'm present. Any declaration of pecuniary interest? None being seen. Confirmation of council agenda. Mover and seconder, please. Councillor Webster. Councillor Humphreys.
In favor.
Councillor Webster.
Favor.
Councillor Carew.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
In favor.
And I'm in favor. We have no delegations or public meetings today. Minutes from the previous meeting, individual, so we have, we can do them both at once. On April 20th, regular council meeting, and on April 26th, special council meeting. Mover and seconder, please. Or do I need them do them one at a time, Hope?
No, we can lump them in together.
Okay. Moved by Councillor Humphreys, second by Deputy Mayor Campbell. Councillor Carew.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
In favor.
Councillor Webster.
In favor.
Councillor Humphreys.
In favor.
And I'm in favor. Any business arising from the minutes? None being seen. Committee report, Transportation and Environmental Services Committee, Councilor Chair Webster.
Thank you, Mayor Bennett. Yes, so we have 3 tentative results moving forward here. Staff reports, some 1-1, some 1-2, and some 1-3. We are joined by our Public Works Manager, Adam Knapp, and I will let him take it from here. Thanks, Adam.
Oh,
You're on mute, Adam.
Apologies. The council agrees with staff recommendation and award PW 2021-05 crack sealing of HCB surfaces to Greenwood Paving Limited for the amount of $12,656 even, including HST, and that this be funded through the paved road maintenance operating budget. Background, the request for quotation was released in March. 2 bid submissions were received, and the requested work shall crack seal Pinnacle Road from Price Road to Kazabuski Road. And the financial, oh, sorry, just jumped on me there. The RFQ total is the financial applications as stated, and there's sufficient funds in the annual operating budget.
Great, thank you. Any questions on that one? Comments? Seeing none, on to the second one, please, Adam.
And this is award of PW 2021-06 granular shoulder sealing. And the council agrees with staff and award PW 2021-06 granular shoulder sealing to Smith's Construction for the total amount of $7,929.55, including HST, and that this be funded through the paved road maintenance operating budget. Quotation was released in March, received 2 bid submissions. The requested work shall seal the shoulder of Pinnacle Road on the hill adjacent to Crozier's aggregate pit, as well as the inside corner near Highway 60. Staff intend to improve shoulder stability in both areas with recycled asphalt, as well as recontour a defined ditch line and add spillways onto the hill prior to the application of granular sealer. Financial applications are the RFQ total of $7,929.55, including HST, and there's sufficient funds in the annual operating budget. Attachments are the unofficial results.
Great, thank you. And Deputy Mayor Campbell.
So this is just for the sealing of the shoulders, correct?
Yes, any other works will be done preparation-wise in-house. Very similar to what we did to the opposite side of the road last year. This is just the next step of improving that area so that hopefully we're not going back and having washouts. Last year was kind of a test run of it, and it seems to work very well. So we're going to move forward with rehabilitating the other portion.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, yes, Adam, I can speak to that because I drive by it every day going up the hill there by Crozier's Pit, and extremely well done now on the side that we had done, or the township had done. So good work there. And on to number 3, please.
And this is award of PW 2021-07, supply of screened winter sand. Recommendation is the council upon recommendation from staff award the screened winter sand supply contract to RGT Kluches Construction Limited for the full amount of $23,219.24, including HST, and that this be funded through the winter road maintenance budget. Tender was released in late March. 2 submissions were received. Staff lowered the requested quantity from typical 3,000 ton per year to 2,200 tons. Currently, the Sand Dome has an estimated 1,000 tons remaining from the 2021-2022 season, and the requested 2,200 tons shall equip the township with sufficient supply for the 2021-2022 season. No alternative being proposed. The attachments to the unofficial results and the financial applications are as stated, and there's sufficient funds in the 2021 operating budget.
Great. Yep. Comments? Councilor Humphries?
Just a quick question, Adam. How is the price compared to last year? I know we're taking less tons of sand, but is the price per ton about the same?
We're actually down about $2 per ton this year.
Okay, that's why I figured it might be down.
Very competitive bidding with about.
Yeah, I saw that with the 2 bids were very close.
Yeah, and we're doing well on rehabilitation, and supply is very competitive for bidding, so it's good for us.
Yep. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
Just another question, Adam, with Kluche being the lowest bidder, do we know if that'll be coming out of their local pit?
Yes.
In the township here?
Yes, that's sourced just on the Pit and Johnston Road. I forget the actual name of the pit, but it is in the tender to specify the source.
Okay, because I know we'd question anytime the pits change just to do a bank test to see what the sampling of the sand is like.
Yeah, I restructured the template that we've been using they have to name the source of the aggregate pit, and then we can test if it is from a different source. That was already in there, but the name of the pit was not being requested previously. So I changed the tender around, or the quotation around a little bit this year, and fine tuned it.
Sharp as a tack, thank you.
Great, thank you. Any other comments, questions? Yeah, Councilor Cleary.
Yeah, no, I just want to say good job, Adam. You've been proactive in getting all these tenders out. The 2 questions I had was last year's quantity, was that put in inventory? Or was it expensed fully last year? Basically, I was getting at, will it be taken out of, was it expensed last year, or was it put in inventory and pulled out of inventory and expensed in 2021?
It would have been put into the expense for last year. So any tons last year would have went towards last year's budget. This would go towards this year's budget. Sometimes if we're tight on the budget, I would roll some of the salt supply into the next year, but this year we should be fine to have all our supply for the 21-22 season just with this budget.
Okay. Thanks, Adam.
Any other comments, questions? So just Deputy Mayor Campbell.
Just, I know you were looking at this in March, and I want to applaud you for that. I've always said, and again with COVID, I know everybody's competitive, but I always thought the sooner you can get the tenders out, the sharper everybody's going to be, because they want to get that first, lock in that first contract. So just towards Adam and committee. And through the chair, good job.
Great, thank you. input is fantastic from our committee and our discussions and everything. Any other comments, questions? Just one thing, maybe, Adam. Do we have a backup plan? Because I know I can't remember what year it was, but it was like every other day, and we ran out. So do we have a backup plan if we do run out, to pick some up to retain for the rest of the year?
I can confirm that with Cluches, but they typically do a little bit extra, and I know that Fulton's does have a supply, so we do have 2 sources in the township that would be, I'm sure, glad to give us some if we were in need of it. So.
Great, thank you. No other comments, questions? Okay, back to you, Mayor Bennett.
Thank you, Chair Webster. Planning and Planning Committee, Chair Cleroux, and anybody is a committee here, Hope?
Yes, I just admitted them now into the meeting.
Thank you, Mayor Bennett. Let's wait till everyone joins. Welcome, committee. Looks like Bob Cassie still connecting with audio. Just wait. Just wait 10 more seconds, maybe. There we go. Welcome, everyone. We have one item on the agenda. Sorry. So 7.2.1 staff report, Renfrew self-storage site plan agreement. Amendment, that the recommendation that council agrees to support the amendment to the site plan agreement number 1293043 Ontario Limited, previous under John Manillas, to permit a 5250 square feet storage building, and that this agreement will be brought forward to the May 18th, 2021 council meeting by bylaw. And I'll pass it on to the author, Hope Dillabo.
Thanks, Chair Cleroux. I don't have anything to add to my report. I'm sure everybody's had a chance to read it and review the site plan. So if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, any questions from the committee?
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Seeing none.
No,
Okay, and then anyone from the from council? Any questions? All right, Deputy Mayor Campbell.
I'm just trying to see where the proposed building, maybe I haven't, so Highway 60, so it's going to be in the back left corner, is that correct? Of the
Yeah,
property?
yes, that's correct. In the back left corner as a site plan proposed building.
And no issues with setbacks or anything with that?
Nope.
Okay, that's it, thank you.
Okay, the only question I had for grading, is there any requirement for grading, or is it pretty flat that grading is not required since it's already been approved for 4 other ones?
Yeah, so it's a fairly flat chunk of land, and the lot is identical to what's existing. And being in 1993, there was no grading or drainage plan provided. There should be minimal issues with that, just in regards to the parking area, but it is fairly flat area that there shouldn't be any issues with it at all.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? I'll pass it back to you on the one item. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Cleroux. Thank you, committee. It's a very short meeting tonight, but there's lots coming forward, so get rested up.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Community committees. Renfrew and Area Senior Home Support, Councillor Humphreys.
Just had a quick, I guess, well, you know about the email and stuff, finished up that Network 24 for the Ontario Health Team, and maybe you can update on that. I did speak with Susan McGregor. She was dropping off some other stuff over here. She said the frozen meals are doing well, and over 500 seniors' income taxes were completed. The new employees working out well, and everything's pretty positive over there with Dennis at the helms and running smoothly. And if you want to give it a little bit more update about those application forms, Mayor Bennett, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, so what I can bring forward is what you have in documentation that you've received this week. I think all of council got that through the county package. So the applications are now filed by all the caregivers in Renfrew County, the paramedic service, and with county ourselves. The only exclusion to that is the Amprior medical team is not in Network 24. It with Ottawa, Carleton, and I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what they're calling that health team right now. It's very positive. I want you to read through everything, and I'd hope do double check on it to make sure that everything was positive for the municipality. And at the end of the day, in 2 hours of reading, she was assured me that I hadn't missed anything, and that's the way I felt when I give it to her to begin. So I call her, not me. The whole thing has worked out quite well for Renfrew County. We would have liked to seen the Amprior hospital network in with Renfrew, because it was Renfrew County that built the Amprior network, and maybe someday that will come back around. But other than that, the team has done an excellent job of putting together the healthcare from where we were 6 to 7 months ago to where we are today. It's a very positive move, and I think everybody in Renfrew County will be well looked after. And I'm hoping very much so at the end of the day that the doctor recruitment will be equal across Renfrew County, and we won't be competing with Pembroke and Deep River and Barry's Bay to have hospitals looked after by doctors. So I would think the Network 24 will accommodate that, so we have equal representation and doctors throughout Renfrew County. So at the end of the day, everything was submitted, and now we're waiting to see if that is actually going to get approved as one of the Ontario health teams. So that's where we are with that.
Thank you, Mayor Bennett, for that follow-up.
Community safety and well-being plan.
Okay, Mayor Bennett, nothing to report. I'm going to throw over to Hope as well. Have they scheduled any meetings or any water cooler talk at all for it?
There haven't been any new meetings scheduled. There's no update since the last council meeting, and there has been a couple emails just kind of checking in with some of the members of the Renfrew Police Services Board, but we haven't heard boo yet. So hopefully something transpires in the next month, because our deadline is still July 1st, and they haven't extended that yet due to COVID. So we've got lots of work to get done before that deadline.
All right, so that's, and is it, I guess, we really sit in a holding pattern, so we're sending a letter to Hope the Bear yet?
Sorry, I think Mayor Bennett, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think now is the time to actually send a letter yet. And because we're working at this together, we need to make sure that the team is in support of everything that's going forward. I am going to use this opportunity for 1 minute to explain to council that me and Hope did sit in on the Solicitor General's meeting this morning. There is major changes coming, and this is only a small, tiny little part of where the OPP is going with the major changes. The CPAC committee is no longer going to be part of that structure, and that's probably why our detachment commander never got back to us to begin with. However, well, the new structure is going to be, I think it's July 7th, is it, Hope?
June 7th, we have to have a proposal in for the,
Okay, June 7th, sorry. So there's lots of work to do on that. And that not just including us, we need to talk as a council first on that. And then after we talk as a council, we've got to go to the partners because everything's done through the detachment command in Renfrew. So all the partners from the urban centers and the ones that had the police service boards are now all our team players for this detachment. So there is you are allowed to have more than one committee, but at the end of the day, I would think that Renfrew is small enough that we can all be at the table at the same time. It is going to take a dedicated council member to look after that committee. And I would dare to say for the next year, it's going to be very time consuming. So I'm just a forewarning, Deputy Mayor, that there is a necessity to make sure that you can accommodate some time or at least give it to somebody else to look after for you.
Fair enough.
So we will be hearing more about that fairly quickly because June 7th is not very far away. So, and I don't know whether it can even be done by then. I'm not sure whether we can get to the table. The timelines and with everything shut down seem to be a little bit unrealistic, but they're convinced that they need to move ahead with this now. So that's what came out of the Solicitor General meeting earlier today. And we'll bring everybody up to date fairly quickly within a short period of time so we can work together on getting where we need to be. Health Service Village. I don't have anything to report. We know the last time that we did talk there that we're actually going to take a breather and see where the health teams are going. So I don't expect, other than a quick update with the health teams, that the Health Service Village is going to have much to bring to the table for at least the next 90 days until we find out where we sit and what the funding is going to be like for the Health Service Village. We are in this till 2024 year before our contract with the existing doctors recruitment is up, and that's where we sat last meeting, and that's where we sit until something else comes to light here. The questions at all? None? Chamber of Commerce, Councillor Humphries.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Bennett. No, the Renfrew and Erie District Chamber of Commerce has been very busy. Seminars for businesses to show what they're available with group insurances through Doucette. That is on tomorrow. I'll be sitting in on that meeting at tomorrow afternoon. The first thing I sent a little thing, just received. They're really pushing the rapid screening COVID kits. Just came up and no cost. You don't have to be a member of the chamber to get them. Upper Ottawa Valley, Empire, and Renfrew, and it's eligible for anybody under 150 employees. So these surveys will have to be done. We'll have a quick meeting with the chamber to see if anybody's interested. Again, a very short timeline, May 7th, and I just received it yesterday. So it's they're really pushing things to help, but I mean, they don't give you any time to even breathe and think about it. But anyway, there's some good stuff with the Chambers group insurance, and I think if we should be, our businesses could in Horton could use that too. They use like First Data for collecting monies. Like I know McLaren's Orchard went on it. They're very happy with First Data, and the chamber gets a little subsidy back from every business that's on it. So the chamber's done a good job. I'm enjoying being on that committee, but I mean, it's always on the go. So it's like the senior home, it's always something going on, and we've got good people around us to help do that. So this rapid screening is something, and I think it might be available to smaller businesses or, groups that want to get back in the groove of doing things. So that's all I have to report on, Brenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions of Councillor Humphries? None being heard. County Council, I'm sure that everybody has got everything read out of the package. And I could ask questions to you because I'm sure that everybody's right up to date with it. There's not much more I can say than what I give you. There was a lot of tenders released on operations. There was considerable amount of information over atomic energy, and you will see that there is another presentation on Zoom next week with atomic energy. It's very interesting what they want to do, and it's a little bit different perspective of how they're doing it and how safe it's actually going to be from what we've heard publicly. So it may be an opportunity to get right on top of what they're doing up there. Other than that, at County Council, we don't have I don't have much else to say because it's all in the package there, and the answers are there, and I know it's fresh in everybody's mind. So
all 230 pages of it.
yeah. Councillor Carew.
Yeah, and if you don't have this answer, it's fine, Mayor Bennett. I know there's a pile. The only question, and there was River Road. I noticed in one of the bylaws, but that section's not within the township. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. There's one point about you have to read it real carefully, Lane, because
Okay.
it said it gives you I think it's Mass Road to Henry Crescent, and from Henry Crescent 1.7 kilometers into Horton Township. So it's actually the S turn is what it is. Down where Campbell's used to live on the right-hand side on the down further. That sharp S turn is what where they're repaving. I think it's just the way it's worded. It's a little bit tricky, but that's where they're doing. And the other part of the River Road, of course, that they're doing is in the town of Van Pryor.
Yeah, because I thought, am I wrong? That's McNabb, isn't? Am I wrong in that? When I looked at it, but anyway, that's fine.
No, but I think the way it's written is what the way I think there's 1.7 kilometers of it actually laying in the township of Horton.
Okay.
But you're right. Now you're making me think that no, it can't be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I was right. I was going to bring that up. It can't be. You're correct.
Yeah, just when I was reading it, I questioned it, and then I forgot about it until you reminded me. But perfect.
Okay, so the other Horton is getting the final coat of pavement on the Burnstown Road, right from the Pucker Street right out, and that will actually that'll actually give it about 4 inches of pavement on that road, so it should last well this time. And it will, everything will be done up and cleaned up this time because that's the final work that they have to do out there. So that's nice. It took 3 years to get it, but it's done and over with. So if we could actually get Bruce Street and Castlefort Road done now, we'd have a little better chance of that road not breaking up as bad as it is this spring. The shoulders are breaking off it terribly. I think, is there any other questions on county council then? I do want to bring up the EORN project, which is driven through county council, but I'm going to bring that up on information so that everybody can look at and see where we are. I did sit in on a presentation on Monday to get updated to where they were and what they needed to do. So I have a little bit to speak about there. Information correspondence. Who's taking the lead? Tom, you ready? Councillor Webster.
Sure, just things. Let me get my paper here. Yeah, so for Nikki, I'll start at the top. I can't confirm yet for emo yet, the registration. Second thing is the letter or item number 3 on page 6, the letter from Mr. MPP Yakabuski to our fire chief. That's a nice touch that he, sends that out personally. And then the third thing is the Ottawa Valley Business News. Great information, looking at prices for tenders and what everybody's going there, and you see all the very, very competitive pricing. But that's a great resource I always use up. That's all I have.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Campbell.
Pretty much the same. I like the personal touch to not Chief Cole, but to Alan Cole. It was nice to see. Our NPP is always very professional in addressing anyone. And again, the business, Ottawa Valley Business, again, very informative. And I was looking at the gas tax portion there, showing what all the townships have received in their for gas tax this year. It's quite a comparison right across the board. So, but it's nice to see lots of tenders out right now. There's lots of stuff happening in the municipalities, and hopefully we'll see our prices stay the same throughout the summer, nice and sharp.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Humphreys.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Bennett. Again, it was the letter to Chief Alan Cole and the funding for the safety and inspections. There's one thing I found interesting on page 2 of the Ottawa Valley News is all these webinars and virtual programs that might be of interest to the people of Horton, be involved in that, because there's some really good programs. They're like an hour-and-a-half program. People could slide on. There's no money involved, just to go on and take a course. And there's quite a few on hiring, which would be interesting get some ideas how to small businesses. And I think that should be, if we ever do get our signs, that we could have those messages on our signs saying that these are good, or put them on the Horton corners. Like there's a nice one for like people at home that are like writing programs and art programs. There's a lot of things involved there. And my third thing was the impact. Again, it was brought up at the budget meeting, was there's no real increase because it's still based on 2016. So I think as people say, oh, impact's going crazy. Well, it's based 5 years ago, so we're still lucky. But down the road, with all these housing prices and developments, it's going to change impact a lot. So I guess we just got to push that they haven't raised it through the COVID times, and it's still based on, 2016 tax base. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Carew.
Yeah, I think most of it's been already spoken about. I was going to just before Councillor Humphreys talked about with the impact. It's curious how, because the last part was phased in over 4 years from 2016 to 2020. Curious once they do 2022, that'll be the audit, so it won't be in place till 2023, I would imagine. And be curious how long it's phased in. So it'll be it's gonna be interesting with all the with all like if with the new price of sale, like houses sold, and then with the whole change, how like with it will it affect the prolonged financials of all the municipalities in Ontario? And then my last part, just want to say congrats to the town of Renfrew on their funding of $3 million for their connecting link. A lot of people in Horton use that corridor, and it benefits Renfrew residents and also Horton residents. Just want to say congrats to them.
Okay, thank you. The other good part of the news that we actually did see is that Mattaway Park actually got the money to move forward with $16 million. That's a huge benefit to our municipality also, to be able to supply that so close to our municipality. The second ice pad has been needed for quite a number of years, and it's very nice to see that money's being invested that close to home. So. I don't have much else to say on it. Everything has been really addressed. So, thank you. Action correspondence? None. So maybe. Oh no. Bylaws. Do you want to do them now or later?
If anybody has any questions, we can discuss them now, but I'll read out the resolution down at the resolution portion.
Okay. Any questions on 2021-24 or 2021-25? None being heard. Notice to file motion for next council meeting. None being heard. Council and staff members' concerns. None? Okay, so I do want to speak about the EON project. It was made very clear to us yesterday when we're sitting in the meeting. EON project needs this council's 100% support in order to get it up and running and get the money that's required. There is considerable amount of money in the federal provincial budget to support the EON project and to give this municipality at least 90% coverage of fiber for everybody that lives here. So it's a well worth venture for us to do. And I believe that link for EON was sent to everybody. Is that right, Nikki?
Was that the one that you just sent me last week?
Yeah, I sent you, that was the Monday meeting. That I thought maybe I didn't do it myself.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's probably not sent to you, it will be sent to you by tomorrow for sure. And you need to read it and see how much money and what we got to do. We definitely need council support, and they're asking for every individual councillor and staff person to actually send a letter that they're sending to us to be signed by the individuals, sent to the MP and the MPP to make sure that we gather their thoughts and their willingness to support the EON project. I think ourselves at the next council meeting, once we do have all the information, everybody has a chance to read it, that we should actually do a flyer program. We do it at election time, so there's no reason why each one of us can't take a certain route and put it in the mailboxes, and then have each resident in the township willing to send it in, send it in with their names on it to show how much it's needed in the municipality. And what it does, it at least leaves them residents know that we're doing everything possible to get them the internet service they deserve. And it is our only alternative right now to get everybody serviced is through the Eon project. So there's a good bill there and a very strong team of wardens and staff members there that can push it along. We just need to get the government to come on board. So once you see the information, and I will make sure you have it tomorrow, that's my fault, that you have something to look at to support something next council meeting to move forward with. Any questions or comments, Lane? Councilor.
Sorry, it's separate from the gig project, but I'm just wondering if staff received anything from, say, from Rogers or from that for the other Eon project. Because I believe that they have been starting to circulate where the areas of towers going to be. And I don't know if we should reach out to them just so we're not forgotten in the process.
I'll speak to that for 1 sec, Hope. You're probably going to see something within the next 10 days of where the tower locations are, and the provider from that is Rogers. They are putting $300 million into that that actual cell network. So and along with that, it's putting towers up also that the internet and the gig project can actually attach to. But that's where we're at with that. And I would suggest, Lane, that maybe we just wait the 10 days to actually see what's on paper and then send the letters corresponding to what we do have to offer in this township. You want to go ahead? You have something to say, Hope? No?
Nope, you answered for me. Nothing. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so that's where we are with that. Any other concerns? Councillor Humphries.
No, when you said about flyers, it's I know Jack Kelly did it, sending them out to all RR5, K7V, 3Z8. There's no real problem. There's not that much cost involved, and would cover everything in this part. But then we still have some in RR1 and some in RR3. But the main focus in Horton is RR5, and there's about 500 or 600 mailboxes that he can drop off for a pretty reasonable price.
Yeah.
And then, say, if we have to go out to like McBride Road, Pinnacle Road, that's not in the RR5, then that'll be something that we could take them, but at least get the majority done by the post office with a flyer made up. So it's just my thought. It might work and it won't be that much extra funding.
Okay, Hope?
Is this something that we can put in as a flyer in our tax bills that go out in July, or is that too long of a wait? Because that would go to every property owner in the municipality.
We'll have to take a look in the morning to see what the timelines are. The sooner the better, obviously. And we would, whatever works is we'll do our part for. So. Oh, I see. Sarah, it just she just sent an email in there, so that with Eon. So yeah, we'll talk about that in the next council meeting, because nobody's got information because of me, so that everybody's reading the same thing and can make a decision on how we move forward. Councillor Carew.
Yeah, I just want to add, when is the next tax mailing out? Won't be till
End of July.
End of July, yeah, which might be too late. Councillor Humphries beat me to it, but I just went on the Canada Post, and it cost to send a 1-page flyer and to all residents in Horton, it'll cost $106 and 67 cents plus the cost of the flyer. But I think it's definitely probably cheaper than all of us trying to drive around than to put it in the mail system.
Hey, I was just trying to get everybody out of the house doing something productive. So.
No, it's a great service from Canada Post. It'll hit 80% of the mailboxes at a very reasonable price. And so that's why I brought it up. And the price hasn't changed much since the fall of 2018. So it's not bad. Thank you.
Okay, so we will discuss that next council meeting, and we'll have all the information we need and how we're going to move forward. Do we have any other concerns? Any staff concerns? Okay. Motion for reconsideration, debate on motion only. None being heard. Whenever we do a procedural bylaw, I know what's coming out first. We need a motion to go into a closed session to address,
Oh,
what's that?
I'll go through the regular resolutions first and then we'll go.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yep.
So to start off, that council award tender PW 2021-05 crack sealing of HCB surfaces to Greenwood Paving Limited for the total amount of $12,656, including HST, and that this be funded through the paved road maintenance operating budget.
Mover, Chair Webster. Second by Councillor Humphries. Councillor Carew.
In favor?
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
In favor?
Councillor Webster.
In favor?
Councillor Humphries.
In favor.
And I'm in favor.
That council award tender PW 2021-06 granular shoulder sealing to Smith's Construction for the total amount of $7,929.55, including HST, and that this be funded through the paved road maintenance operating budget.
Mover. Chair Carew. Second by Deputy Mayor Campbell. Any discussion? None. Councillor Webster.
In favor?
Councillor Humphries.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
Favor?
Councillor Carew.
In favor?
And I'm in favor.
That council award tender PW 2021-07 supply of screened winter sand to RGT Kluche Construction Limited for the total amount of $23,219.24, including HST, and that this be funded through the winter road maintenance budget.
Mover. Chair, Councillor Humphries. And second by Councillor Carew. Councillor Webster.
Favor?
Councillor Humphries.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
In favor?
Councillor Carew.
In favor?
And I'm in favor.
That council agrees to support an amendment to the site plan agreement for 1293043 Ontario Limited, previously under John and Elsie Bromelo, to permit a 5,250 square foot storage building, and that this agreement will be brought forward to the May 18th, 2021 council meeting by bylaw.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Campbell. Second by Councillor Webster. Councillor Humphries.
In favor.
Councillor Carew.
In favor?
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
In favor?
Councillor Webster.
In favor?
And I'm in favor.
That council received the reports for the community committees and county council as information.
Mover. Councillor Humphries. Councillor Webster. Councillor Carew.
In favor?
Councillor Webster.
In favor?
Councillor Humphries.
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Campbell.
Favor?
And I'm in favor.
That council accept the CAO clerk's information memo for May 4th, 2021.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Campbell. Second by Councillor Carew. Councillor Webster,
In favor?
Councillor Humphreys,
In favor.
Councillor Carew,
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Campbell,
In favor?
and I'm in favor.
That council enact the following bylaws: 2021-24 request for action policy, and 2021-25 adopt policy for section T04.
Mover. Councillor Webster, second by Councillor Humphreys. Deputy Mayor Campbell,
In favor?
Chair, Councillor Carew,
In favor.
Councillor Webster,
In favor?
Councillor Humphreys,
In favor.
and I'm in favor.
That council went into closed session meeting at 4:51 PM to discuss the following items pursuant to section 239(2)E of the Municipal Act, litigation or potential litigation, waste tender contract, as well as LPAT decision.
Mover. Deputy Mayor Campbell. Second by Councillor Carew. Councillor Webster,
Favor?
Councillor Humphreys,
In favor.
Deputy Mayor Campbell,